Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be making the companion page to go with this. And again, I'm using my collection obsession, and everybody else who's playing will be listed down below. And so I guess we can hop right into it. So it's like I actually started out with the companion page first, but I just couldn't get the feel of it. And then when I got this, I really liked this idea, but I could only get one picture on here. So I chose my favorite picture to put here. And now they're all beautiful because she's a beautiful girl. And even though I'm her grandma, I'm sure I'm a little prejudiced, but she is a beautiful girl. So, and this one was one that she was actually, I think, walking out to where she was going to have her picture taken, and her mom took a picture of her. And actually, when she sent me the picture, it was like the head was chopped off, but because it was live, I could alter it. So there's something about having a live picture, if that makes any sense to anybody. That setting is on your phone, so you can do that. Now, I wanted these all together, but I'm matting them with this paper. I really love this paper. It looks great with her dress. And this is from the 6x8 pad. And so I've used up all this now. Sometimes I'll go through my whole collection obsession and never use the 6x8. But it's like the last few times I've really been getting into it. So I'm gonna put these down. And I love gingham, so I hate it that I've used it all up, but I do love these matted on this picture, or on this paper. So now I've got these marked right down here in case you're wondering how I'm just doing this today. Because normally I'm just like, oh my gosh, I gotta measure everything. So I'm trying to, I want this lighter shade overlapping the other. So I'm gonna put it underneath there, because I still left it there when I matted them. Matted them. So. Okay, I think that's probably about where I need it. Now, actually, I am pulling it over a little bit, and I think it's because when I measured them, I had them right next to each other. So I'm gonna not worry that they won't be completely centered. They'll be good enough. Because once you start adding the design, you're never really sure where it's at anyway. Or there's overlapping and all that jazz. Okay, so now I gotta slide it down a little again. Okay, and then up again. Okay, I guess I should have just stuck with putting it on the line. Okay, and now I'm gonna erase my little mark there. Okay, and then I have this one. Boy, it already looks wonky. I don't know why. Okay. Sometimes you can't see the tape. Well, I think rarely can I see the tape. Okay, I'm going to shoot for the middle, and then I'm going to measure it. Oh, I guess I could actually get maybe a little bit closer if I just look at the pattern up here. I think that's probably it. Okay. Now I'm going to measure that. Okay, so I've got exactly 3 inches. Yep, that's it. Okay. Now this side is not going to get a title because the other side got the title. And I did take my sponge here and went over these edges just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but enough that I can make out the difference. Okay. Oh, and this paper here, I decided I wanted these And I actually had it laid like this the first time I laid it down. But actually the second time I laid it down, I wanted it like this. But I decided to put it up here. And this one is going to go down here. So, yeah, I did keep all that length. Okay. I was going to say it looks shorter. So, I wanted to use, so this, again, I'm using the 6x8. I just love this. It covers up her leg a little bit. That's okay, because, you know, if we want to see her legs, we can just look over here. Me and my friend were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the dress is almost like wearing a swimming suit. And then I said, I feel bad that she didn't get to wear a ball gown. But this year she did, so I'm really excited about that. I love the ball gown. Actually, I never got to wear a ball gown, and maybe that's why I wanted to see the grandgirls in ball gowns. It's like, you know, whatever is fashion. So I'm adding this little extra piece. So I took this piece here and cut that out, and that's what's going here. And then I cut this here piece out too, and I'm going to be using it up here. So I'm starting with these things. I'm kind of building my thing here. I'm going to I'll probably put some dimensionals underneath here, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. I'm not going to glue it over the picture because I can actually just add some dimensionals there. But I'm going to put this here just to get it to lay down. Maybe get it to lay down. I kept toying with trying to get something to cover up the car or the van that's there, but that was impossible. Okay, so now I'm gonna add this. And you know, usually I try to use, well, actually, you know, I've done it both ways, where sometimes I'm using the background, or the one that I would call the B side, and sometimes I use the other side. So I guess I give them all a place. I mean, both sides are usually so beautiful, it's hard to choose. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Now I'm going to add this, and I'm going to tuck it underneath here, and I'm going to, because this is cut at an angle, I think because that's where I cut, I don't know, something else. Or, oh, it's actually the angle of the paper here. So, yeah, so I was just going to have that angle. So I'm just going to tip it like this and let it come towards the picture. And tuck it in there like that. And I will try to get it below that because I don't like the looks of it being cut off with in an actual flower, or, you know, the embellishment. And if you've been here for a while, you've heard me say that. And I see people do it and it looks fine, but it's like, I just know that I did it, and it's like, oh my gosh, it looks like that now to me. So that's how it is. Okay, now I'm taking some of the chippies. I have a birdhouse, a bird's nest. I have a branch with some leaves on it and a bird. So let me put the lid on the glue, otherwise it will be not working. Okay, so I'm going to take my green, and I'm first going to do these leaves, and I've done no, I haven't tried to do them with a brush, so we'll see how good this works. And I'm just diving right in, hope it works. I do have one more like that I could use, but go in a different direction. Otherwise, the other one's bigger, I think. I'm gonna start out like that. So that looks pretty good. Maybe I'll kind of hit the edges maybe a little bit more, so they have a little variation in the color. And these are pretty sturdy. I mean, they punch out easy, but I do want to hold on to them so I don't break them off. Because I think it was this piece here, I was kind of cutting the little nib that you end up with, and so I was really kind of wiggling that around, so I don't want to break it off. Okay. I have my little sponge glued to the bottom, so or it's velcroed to here, so that's why you see me put that there. Okay, now I'm not sure if I think I might use the sponge to do the branch, because I think it'll give me a little more control. I see I didn't really have much control with the green, but now that I want to cover up some of that, I'm gonna try to use this. I know I used to have daubers, but it's like I don't use inks too much, except for I like them for coloring. They work well for coloring. Especially, I love it with these chippies, because it really is nice coloring. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Oops, I just knocked off an end, and I'm gonna ink it just in case I want that. I might need it, I might not. I think when I punched them out, I was not very careful. So there you have it. I was in the other room. My lighting is not very good in there. That's another reason why I'm out here in the kitchen. But, it is my goal to work in the art room. Okay, now I started to do a little bit of color in here, which I'm going to be using some of the antique linen. This is the walnut stain. I'm going to use a little bit of the walnut stain kind of towards the bottom and in the middle, so that it looks a little more variegated, a little more variety. And I'm trying to not pull off anything, because I did pull off something there when I punched it out. Okay, I want just a little darker. I'll say the ones up in our apple tree are very dark. They're good they're camouflage very well, except for I still seen what was some big blackbird, maybe I forget what my friend or husband said they were something, and I can't think of what they were. But he says, I'm sure it's that bird that's trying to get the robins. I know one year they got the robins, and it was so sad. Okay, so now I'm using the golden, and it just makes it look like it's two different shades of the same color, really. I really like it. Let me throw a little more over here. Now, I'm not worried about the bird, because I'm actually gonna, let me put that over there. I'm actually going to, oh, you know what? I didn't even ink this over here. Well, that's all right. Down here it would be darker, so it just makes sense to me. That's how I cover that story. Okay, so I'm gonna put this at an angle here. Maybe about like that. I think so, yeah. And then I'm going to put this bird over it. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of this color on the edge, because that little edge looks very white to me today. And I'm going to put this right over this. And I'll just adjust it until I might need to cut off that beak of this one underneath. Snip, snip. Okay, I don't want to cut off too much because it will kind of be like my dimensional holding it up. Okay. I know it fit there well before, and I think I need a little bit more brown here. At the risk of making my fingers all brown, I'm just going to do this. Okay. Okay, I'd say that's my spot. Oh, maybe up just a little bit closer. Okay. I'd say that's my spot. Okay. I have nothing to say. I'm still here, just quiet. Sometimes, you know, it's like I can't glue and talk at the same time. The do reminds me of this lady. I used to work at Ethan Allen, and this lady that she was our receptionist, and she was always going do, and then she would draw like on our, just like the little note paper that we had up there for her to take notes, like if we weren't gone, or if she had to leave a message for us. And so she'd have these little flowers drawn on there. And so I made her a cake one year, and I actually drew her little do flowers. That's what I called them. And because she was always, you'd walk into the room and she'd go do. And so I wrote do, you know, happy birthday to her. And then did like her little design on the cake. It was so cute. She was such a sweetie. We all loved her. Okay. So look how awesome he looks there. I love the tree. Okay. And now I kind of want one over here with the nest, now that I see that. Well, I've got another bird here that I'm going to put by the nest. And I'm just going to go over this part a little bit, again, like I did that bird. Because I'm sure this is like the dad, you know, he's got to watch, make sure nobody disturbs the nest. And she's over here sitting on the nest. So I'm going to put this, now it doesn't look very variegated to me. I've got this little highlighter here. I wonder if I can just put like a few little highlights on it. I don't know if it'll show up or not, but now I just want more interest. Okay, maybe a little bit. Okay. I love the branch. It turned out so cute. Okay, now I'm over here, and I know you can't see me, I'm over here gluing the nest. Oh, we had our apple tree last year. It was packed with apples. It's always packed with apples, and we never really cover it or anything, and we don't use any pesticides or anything on it. So it's just as, you know, God intended it to be. But last year, the squirrels totally devastated it. So, you know, every time you see it, you think, oh, we got one squirrel. Maybe not. So, anyway, yeah, we didn't get any apples. We got like one. We got to sample it, but it was pretty much gone. And then I'm gonna use some dimensionals to hold it up. So anyhow, this year we put a net around the bottom because they run up the net and, you know, steal the apples, which, you know, we have no problem sharing them, but that we'd like them to share them too. The sharing should go both ways. I got that in the wrong spot, so I'm going to try to move it up a little bit. So we had to put, and now, you know, we do see that the squirrel still manages to get some apples. He's just got to pick them up off the ground. He doesn't get to go up and take his pick and not leave us any. But a bird got caught in there the other day, and then it's like, I think my husband found him when I was actually, I think, filming. And he goes, we got a bird stuck in the net. So then we had to go out and rescue him. And it was like, it was a bigger baby robin. So like it maybe, I don't think it had fallen out of the net. It was definitely big enough to fly. And it took a while, but I put on gloves. My husband, he'll go out there and do whatever, but I gotta be the person who puts on the gloves and actually gets the bird. But I kind of like to do it anyway. But yeah, I ended up getting them out of there. But it was so funny. It's like, this is why you have on gloves, because when I tried to wrap my hands around him so that, you know, my husband could pull off or cut off the net, because we just cut the net, it's not that big a deal. So he just cut the net, but the bird, like, you know, chomped on my glove. It's like, it's okay, I'm all right. So there's the little bird. Okay, oh, and I forgot to put dimensionals on my butterflies again. Okay, let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my little butterflies all ready. Now this one is very tiny, so I only put on, like my small dimensionals, I only put on like 1/4 of it on each wing. And I'm gonna put it just above the little floral. So it's kind of stretching out my embellishments, because you can see I don't have a whole lot of embellishments on here, just what I cut from the paper, or the 6x8 paper. But it's a formal, you know, design, so I didn't want a whole lot. And I tried some other things and I just figured this is it. Okay. And then I have a few of the same enamel dots that I used on the other one. And I'm just going to tuck them here and there. Well, I only have medium and tiny. So I'm just going to spread them around. Kind of through the flowers. So I made sure that each one of them got a medium one. Okay, I was gonna say, what did I do with it? Got stuck to my nail. Okay, so I'm gonna put 5 over here, and how many do I have on the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 over there. And I'm gonna check this one because I've got 2 left, so I'm gonna use them somehow. Let's see. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 dimension or 6 elements actually. So that'll at least make it 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's 6 there, so I'm going to add 1 to this one too. Okay, because I get down to them and it's like I'm not going to save 2. Sometimes I have, but so that's it. Let me put them next to each other so you can see them like that. And of course I will have close-up at the end. Make sure you go check out the other girls that are using their collection obsession. Let me see if I can get it in the center. Okay, that's pretty close there. But again, I will take a picture of the whole layout and then individuals and then some close-ups. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.